I gotta admit, I was skeptical when DC announced Absolute Martian Manhunter from Deniz and Javier Rodriguez. Not because of the creative team. I love both of those guys. I loved Ultimates, I loved Defenders and Defenders Beyond, but the premise and character design for Martian Manhunter sort of initially frustrated me as a classic Martian Manhunter, as a longtime Martian Manhunter fan. I wanted something sillier, but with like ultimate chacos. I just wanted Martian Manhunter. What we got was a book essentially that gave Martian Manhunter the 1989 Sandman treatment in the best of possible ways. Keep the name and utterly redefine the character in an incredible way. I'm incredibly happy with the way it turned out. This week we're talking about one of my favorite new books, Absolute Martian Manhunter, and why it's about everything that is happening right now. I'm Dan Upton, and this is the Doomcast. Alright, first off, do me a favor, hit subscribe and the bell. I make about one of these videos a week. They are all great, so please don't miss even one. When people started complaining about Javier Rodriguez's design for Absolute Martian Manhunter, I strongly disagreed with them. Let the man cook. He's an incredible artist. I appreciate it, and there has to be a story reason why this character looks like something made out of clay, and there absolutely was. Rodriguez created the design from a clay sculpture that he made because he wanted it to look as odd and inhuman as possible. John Jones is a special agent in the FBI working a case when he's caught in an explosion. That explosion was a suicide bomber. When he begins quickly recovering, he's cleared for active duty, but then discovers some immediately interesting psychological phenomena happening to him. He's accidentally reading people's minds. He's seeing colorful smoke all over the place. He's hallucinating a red-eyed green alien everywhere that he looks. And that is the Martian. The Martian in this case is a psychic entity that inhabits a plane of pure thought, which bleeds into our world through metaphor and human action and bad vibes. Yes, literally. John finds himself transformed mentally but indistinguishable physically, well, other than the fact that he's got some white bandages all over his face still. He initially believes that he's losing his mind, but becomes precognizant of criminal activity, spurned by hostile thoughts and ideas, and he starts sensing the internal monologue of other people around him. John's wife, Bridget, is increasingly concerned for him and their son Tyler as John grows distant and more generally aware of everything around him, while becoming much more separated from the people who are closest to him. As the story progresses, his connection to the Green Martian increases. He learns to trust it. The Green Martian shows him, after a series of seemingly unrelated random crimes, that all of these are interconnected and connected to various bad ideas being controlled and manipulated by a white Martian, an overtly hostile psychic entity that seeks chaos and the destruction of consciousness. Deniz Camp's work is always about metaphor, drawing metaphors together and synthesizing them, and I really love and enjoy that. I enjoyed Ultimates a lot for the same reason. I also feel like Assorted Crisis Events, which I've already talked about, has some of the same themes. It's an anthology series that has a lot of similar tones to Absolute Martian Manhunter. Both of those books are great, but Assorted Crisis Events, I have to pick up every month and read with a little bit of austerity and emotionally prepare myself after how hard the second issue hit me. That was very difficult for me to read, but in a good way. If you want an emotional reaction to a piece of sequential comic book art, Assorted Crisis Events is going to do that. Anyway, that said, Absolute Martian Manhunter has been, it hits pretty hard, pretty frequently as well, but doesn't necessarily double you over in the way some other books might. That said, Absolute Martian Manhunter does hit very hard consistently, just for very different reasons. It's clear to me that Deniz Camp draws a lot of inspiration from other writers that I love, like Grant Morrison and Jonathan Hickman. A lot of very poetic synchronicity with both the writing and the visuals as well. The general concept of making hostile thoughts essentially a character, I think I first ran into it from old Grant Morrison stuff, especially around the multiversity area, but it's also an older magical concept as well. I want to be clear, I'm not saying that this is derivative. I'm just saying that if you like those comic book writers, you will also like this book. Javier Rodriguez's panel design and artwork really shine here, though. His artwork always is very much about fluidity and interconnectedness in my mind, and in a book about a psychic entity that appears essentially as smoke, it's perfect. There was no better artist to pair with on this project with Camp. It's really gorgeous work, and he's doing his own colors as well, which really make everything pop a lot. So now this book is on a 2-month hiatus, or so I've read, to allow the both of them to maintain the quality of the book from here on out, which I respect. But it's very hard because I do look forward to this book every single month, and I'm very excited to see where it goes. I've intentionally not spoiled anything about the actual plot here other than some very cursory elements, so I want to encourage you, pick up the trade paperback when it comes out, or go back, hunt down all of the individual issues, because the story and the art are fantastic. Thanks everybody for watching. This has been the Doomcast. We'll see you again next week. Peace.